Okay, so what we're going to be looking at today is dividing polynomials. Let's start with something simple like what is long division, because dividing polynomial long division works about the same way. So if we were to take 101,952 and divide it by 59, 101,952 would go up underneath the division symbol, right? And the 59 would go out here. All right, and then the process we use is we ask ourselves, will 59 go into 10? No. Will 59 go into 101? Yeah. 59 will go into 101 one time. And so we put it up there. Now, we then take this and multiply it by that, and that goes up underneath. That's 59. And then we subtract. Boom. Subtracting, and we're going to get 42. Well, then we bring down, and we have 9. All right, now we start that process all over again. How many times does 59 go into 429? Well, in this particular case, 7. So now we do 7 times 59, multiplying it out. 7 times 59 is 413, and then we subtract. So now we're going to have 165 left, and we bring down, boom, the 5. So now we're at, I'm sorry, that's stupid. Excuse me. I goofed this up. Hang on. I can't subtract. This is 16. Bring down the 5, we get 165. Duh. Okay, 59 goes into 165 twice. Multiply 2 times 59, and we get 118. Subtract, and we are left with 47. Bring down the 2. Last but not least, 59 goes into 472 8 times. And it is actually 472. We subtract, we get 0. So we have a remainder of 0. So our answer is 1,728. Okay? Let's try this one more time just to make sure everybody gets it. The 5, 4, 6, 7 goes up underneath. And the 13 goes out here. 13 goes into 54 4 times. 4 times 13 is 52. Going to subtract and get 2, bring down the 6. 13 goes into 26 exactly twice. That is 26. We're going to subtract, we get 0, but we still bring down 7. 13 will not go into 7, it goes in 0 times. So now we have a remainder. So our answer is going to be that 420 with a remainder of 7. We don't do R7 in pre-cal. We write it as a fraction, 7/13. Okay? Notice that whatever is right here is what goes up underneath here. And whatever your remainder is here is what goes here. Okay? So now, let's do polynomial long division. So if we're looking at using long division, it's the same setup. This goes up underneath, this goes on the outside. So we are going to start with, over here, x cubed plus 4x squared minus 16x plus 8. And then x minus 2 goes out here. Now what you're going to see is you're going to see me do the work off to the side. All right, when we're doing this, I always say biggest goes into biggest. So I want to see if this, how many times does this go into this? And don't tell me 3 times, it's not. How you can figure that out is you can go over here and say, oh, x cubed, how many times does x go into that? If you reduce that, that is x squared. That goes over here. Now we are going to multiply this whole thing out by this. So x squared times x is x cubed, and x squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. Now we are going to subtract, which means we are going to change the signs here. And here we go. Now we're going to, this should go away if we've done it right. And then 4x squared plus 2x squared is 6x squared. And we bring down like we normally would, 16x. Now we're going to start this all over again. We're going to now take this term and this term. So now, how many times does x go into 6x squared? Well, it goes in, if you simplify, 6x times. So that goes here. It's positive, so this is 6x plus 6x. Now we are going to multiply again. 6x times x minus 2. So 6x times x is 6x squared. 6x times negative 2 is negative 12x. But we have to subtract, so we have to change the signs. This goes away. Negative 16x plus 12x is negative 4x, right? And we bring down the positive 8. Now, one more time, we are going to do this, this into this time. So how many times will x go into negative 4x? Well, that's negative 4 times. So this is now minus 4. Now we're going to do this again and multiply. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. But remember, we have to subtract. So change the signs, change the sign. Well, that goes away and that goes away. So we have a remainder of 0. So what is my answer here? Well, my answer, guys, is whatever's up here, just like it would normally be. All right, so my answer is x squared plus 6x minus 4. So let's try this again. No remainder, and make sure we understand what we're doing. Okay, let's do one here. That's a little more difficult because it's got a 2 in the front. It doesn't change the process. So now we put 2x plus 7, here, you know what, I'm gonna give myself a little more room to work. 2x plus 7 on the outside, and on the inside we have 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 19x minus 42. All right, so let's start our process. Biggest term is this guy right here, so we want to go 2x cubed here divided by whatever's in front here, which is 2x. Well, the 2's go away, x goes, we are left with an x squared. So x squared goes here. Now we're going to multiply. X squared times 2x is 2x cubed. X squared times 7, positive 7x squared. And now we're going to change our sign. So it becomes minus minus. This goes away. 5x squared minus 7x squared is negative 2x squared. Bring down the negative 19x. Start again. Now it's this term and this term. Negative 2x squared divided by 2x. That goes, this goes. We're left with negative x. So minus x. So now we do this again. X times 2x is negative 2x squared. Negative x times 7 is negative 7x. All right, so now we're going to change signs. So this becomes positive as we subtract. This goes away. Negative 19x squared plus 7x is negative 12x. And we bring down negative 42. Last one, this and this. So negative 12x divided by 2x is negative 6, because that's what it goes to, so minus 6. And now we're going to multiply negative 6 times 2x, and we get negative 12x. And negative 6 times 7, negative 42. But we know we have to change signs. So that goes away, and so does that, so we have a remainder of 0. So my answer is, again, whatever's up here. So my answer is x squared minus x minus 6. Boom. Okay? All right. So that's the basics of polynomial long division. Let's look at one where we have a non-zero. This page, what we did when we wrote this was we wrote whatever was left over here went over this. So, okay, what happens when we have a remainder? So let's look at number 9. Okay, this is big in a couple of, actually, you know what, we'll look at 2 different ones. Let's look at 7 and then we'll look at 9. So let's set this up. We've got x plus 1 out here, and we have 3x cubed plus 7x squared plus 2x plus 3 here, okay? So biggest term, 3x cubed divided by x, right? This and this. Well, this becomes squared. This goes away, so 3x squared. So this becomes 3x squared. Notice it's over the term that it matches here. The x squared is over the x squared term. Multiply it out, and we get 3x cubed plus 3x squared. Subtract, so we change the signs. Boom, that goes away. This ends up as positive 4x squared, and we bring down a plus 2x. Start again. This, 4x squared, divided by this. X squared, that's x, so this is 4x. So plus 4x. All right, so now we do 4x times x is 4x squared. 4x times 1 is plus 4x. And now we're going to change signs. Change, change. This goes away. So now we're left with 2x minus 4x, which is negative 2x, and bring down positive 3. So last but not least, here we go. Negative 2x divided by x is negative 2. We're going to multiply negative 2 times x, so negative 2x. And we're going to multiply negative 2 by 1, negative 2. So now we're going to change the signs. That goes away, and we're left with 1. So we have a remainder. So how do we write that? We start with what's there, 3x squared plus 4x minus 2 is here, and then we write it like we did on the previous page. If you remember, that's what's going to happen here. Whatever's left over here, which is 1, and over this. So 1 over x plus 1. All right, so let's do another one. Let's look at this next one. And this particular interesting one because it's got that polynomial, it's got the trinomial. So now we have x squared minus x minus 5 divided by x to the 4th minus 5x cubed plus x squared plus 20x minus 10. All right, so here we go. Biggest term, x to the 4th divided by x squared. Because this divided by this is x squared. So it goes here over the same x squared term. Now we multiply it out. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. X squared minus x is negative x cubed. X squared times negative 5 is negative 5x squared. Change signs. That becomes negative, that becomes positive, that becomes positive. Boom, it goes away. So we're left with negative 4x cubed plus 6x squared, and we bring down plus 20x. And we start all over again. So now we're going to do this term and this term. So negative 4x cubed divided by x squared. Cubed and the squared go away. We're left with negative 4x. So that goes here. And now we're going to do negative 4x times x squared, negative 4x cubed. Negative 4x times negative x is plus 4x squared. And negative 4x times negative 5 is plus 20x. Now we have to change our signs. So we're going to change our signs. Negative becomes positive, positive becomes negative, positive becomes negative. That's going to go away, and that goes away. So the only thing left we have is 6x squared minus 4x squared is 2x squared. And we bring down the minus 10, okay? Now we can still leave this as 0x here if we want to keep the place, which we probably do. So now, this divided by this. 2x squared over x squared is just 2, so this becomes plus 2. So now we're going to multiply it out. 2 times x squared is 2x squared. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Changing signs, that becomes negative, this becomes positive, this becomes positive. That goes away, this goes away, and what are we left with? 2x. Okay, so we've got our remainder, we've got this, and this. So first, x squared minus 4x plus 2 is our answer from above here, plus, because this is positive, 2x over whatever this is, x squared minus x minus 5. Okay? That's polynomial long division. Watch that as many times as you need. Now, what happens when we have a missing power? Does it change things? Yeah, we've got to fill it in. You have to have every power all the way down to the end. So we've got x to the 4th, but we've only got x squared here. So sorry, I muted myself now. I don't know why. Do you see what I did? I'm missing this term right here, so I just wrote it in as a 0 here. Otherwise, it's set up exactly the same. So let's see if we can do this. So now, by this time, you should know this term, 12x cubed divided by x, is 12x squared. So that goes up here, 12x squared. Now we're going to distribute it. 12x squared times x is 12x cubed. 12x squared times 1 is 12x squared. But we want to change the signs. Minus minus now becomes, this goes away. This becomes negative 8x squared. And we bring down the 0x plus 0x. Now we go again. Negative 8x squared divided by x is negative 8x. That goes here, minus 8x. See, we needed that term there. Multiplying it out, negative 8x times x is negative 8x squared. Negative 8x times 1 is minus 8x, but we're going to change signs. Negative becomes positive because we're subtracting. That goes away. 0 plus 8 is 8x, and we bring down the 4. Okay, so now 8x divided by x is just 8, so plus 8 goes down here at the end. Multiply it out, 8 times x is 8x. 8 times 1 is 8. Change our signs, positive becomes negative negative. We're subtracting. 4 minus 8 is negative 4, and we're done. Can't go any further. So now, my answer is 12x squared minus 8x plus 8 minus 4 over x plus 1. And that would be my answer. That is polynomial long division. That's about as bad as it gets, okay? So now, let's actually get into the in example number, like for example number 9, you could not use polynomial long division because there's an x squared there. In example number 8, you could not use polynomial long division because there's a 3x there instead of an x. You could, however, do it for an example like number 7. It's just an x. So, when to use polynomial long division? Now, synthetic division is super simple. With synthetic division, all we do, notice first, though, that this is what it says. This is when you know when to use it. This method only works when dividing by a binomial with a coefficient of 1. That means this number right in front here has to just be an x. It can't be x squared, it can't be x cubed, it can only be x. If there is a number in front, like say versus when to use synthetic. Synthetic's way easier. So we use synthetic when it's just divided by x to something. And you must use long division if you're dividing by an x squared or something with a number out front, like ax plus b. There's a number. Other than 1. All right, so here we go. So now here's how it works. We strip the coefficients off. We're doing it upside down. This is an upside down division symbol. This is a 1, this is a 1, this is 27 and 28. We cannot skip. We must go down. So 3, 2, 1, 0, we're good there. So we take the coefficient 1. This is negative 1. This guy's negative 27. And this guy is negative 28. Okay? And then we take whatever this is and we take its opposite and put it out here. So its opposite would be negative 4. Okay? You take its opposite. So now here's how polynomial long division works. This first number always comes down. Boom. It's the same. Now we do this. We're going to take and multiply these. Negative 4 times 1 will go right here. And then we are going to add straight down. Negative 1 plus negative 4 is negative 5. Now we go again. We're now going to multiply these guys. And that goes here. Negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. Oops. Do this in. And then we are going to add straight down. Negative 27 plus 20 is negative 7. Now we're going to go again. Negative 4 times negative 7 is positive, right? Positive 28. And then we are going to add straight down. Negative 28 plus, 28 is 0. Okay? And I always box this end off, because this would be our remainder if we had one. Now, how do we write this answer? Because it's not got any coefficients. Do you notice how this is to x cubed? So if this is to x cubed, then this guy is down 1 exponent. So this becomes, this whole thing right here becomes 1x squared minus 5x minus 7. Get what I mean about going down by, if this, what you're dividing into is x cubed, then this first term would be x squared. This would be our answer. So let's do it again. This is so much faster than polynomial long division. Some of you are probably leaping in joy right now. So we've got 3, 2, 1, negative 10. So this is 3, negative 22, positive 37, negative 10. Opposite of this, negative 2 goes out here is positive 2. Okay? 3 comes down. 2 times 3 is 6. Negative 22 plus 6 is negative 16. 2 times negative 16 is positive 32. I'm sorry, negative 32. 37 minus 32 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Negative 10 plus 10 is 0. Boom. All right. So how does this work? Well, this is 3x cubed. So we're going to go down by 1, and we're going to start with x squared. So this becomes 3x squared minus 16x plus 5. No remainder, so this is how it ends. All right, so let's try one where we do have a remainder. Okay? Hopefully you're getting this. 3, 2, 1, 0. We don't have to put anything in. So 1, 1, negative 22, negative 1. The opposite of this, which is negative 5. 1 comes down. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Add them, you get negative 4. Negative 5 times negative 4 is positive 20. Add them, you get negative 2. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. Add them, you get 9 now. Uh-oh, we do have a remainder. Okay? So this, since this was cubed, this guy's going to come down as 1x squared minus 4x minus 2 plus 9 over, not negative 5, over this guy. That's what comes down and goes under here. Okay. Let's try this one more time with a remainder, and then we'll do the last two examples. All right, well, actually, we don't even need to do the last two. Let's, you know what? We've done this one. Let's do one where there's, what do you see that's different here? We are missing a power. We're missing the x squared power. So when we put this in, we must account for that. 1x cubed, 0x squared, negative 49x, and positive 120. You have to have it go all the way down. So this missing x squared term comes in as a 0. And opposite of positive 8 gives us a negative 8 out here. So bring it down, we get 1. Negative 8 times 1 is negative 8. 0 minus 8 is negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 8 is positive 64. Okay, negative 49 plus 64 is 15. Negative 8 times 15 is negative 120. So we have 0 here. Oh, nice. So now, this still, since this is an x cubed, this starts as x squared minus 8x plus 15, no remainder. It is so easy. Now, let's look at this guy right here. This one's missing two things. We've got a fourth power, third power. What we're missing is an x squared and an x term, right? So we have to fill with zeros. 1 here, so 1, negative 9. We're missing these two, so it's 0, 0. And then we end in negative 1. And this, of course, comes out as opposite as 9. Bring down 1. 9 times 1 is 9. That's 0. 9 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 9 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 9 times 0 is 0. And you get negative 1 as a remainder. So now what? Well, this guy started as x to the fourth, didn't he? So this guy's going to start as x to the 1x to the third, 1 power down. And then we have 0, 0, and 0. So we have 0x squared, 0x plus 0, and then minus 1 over this guy, x minus 9. We don't leave all those zeros in though, so our final answer is just going to be x cubed minus 1 over x minus 9. And drop those 0 terms out, okay? All right. So how do we factor a polynomial if we have one of the factors? That's actually kind of easy, okay? We're not going to do this part of it though. We're going to save this for when we get to polynomials in the future, and we'll come back to this lesson, so don't lose it, okay? We're going to combine some things together. Now, on your homework, what you need to notice is, on your homework, you don't have to do every one of them. What you do have to do is, yeah, you do actually, you have to do 1 through 12. But you don't have to factor, I'm sorry, you don't have to do 1 through 12, excuse me. What you need to do, so don't do any of this. We'll save this for next time. Don't mark it out. We're just going to save it. And for your homework, I want you to do homework 5. And I want you to do numbers 5 through 12 only. All right? So 5 through 12 only. You don't have to do the factoring part. You just need to use polynomial long division, or you need to use synthetic division. And let's remember what the rules are for long division and synthetic division. You use synthetic division if you can. Check for synthetic first. If it's divided by x something, there's just a 1 in front, use it and don't move on. If it's not, you have to go to long. Okay, that's if it's divided by like 2x something, or 4x plus 1 minus 2. The number in the front means you have to use long division. Or if it's x squared minus x plus 1, if you've got a squared, then you must use long division. So always try to use synthetic division first if you can, and if you can't, then you default to long division. All right? Okay. So I'm done with you, and you need to get working on your homework. You only have 7 problems. They should go pretty fast. Practice, okay? And I'll see you guys when I get back.